This presentation of Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Liberty First Credit Union. From your first checking account to a new car to your new home, Liberty First Credit Union is there for all your life's milestones. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
And welcome to Seymour Smith Field in Omaha, Nebraska. It's time for another summer of Corn Belt League Baseball here on News Channel Nebraska. Brandon Axelman, Andy Klassen with you. Thursday nights are designated for baseball for about the next 7 or 8 weeks here, Andy.
You gotta love it.
We're starting things off with the Filthballers and the Rail Riders in what is a rematch of last year's Corn Belt League Championship tournament. As you have a bunt laid down, Nolan Christensen getting on first. So we have a little bit of weather here in Omaha. We got the game started a few minutes early, so great bunt laid down by Christensen, and adding off prior to him was Nick Ripa, who reached on air. So the Filthballers jumping right out, runners on the corners here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, and Ripa, he sent a shot down the third baseline, fielded well by Alex Hall, the third baseman, for the Rail Riders. Throw was just a little off the mark, and yeah, you just saw the fallout. Now we have runners in the corners. Filthballers already in business.
Mentioned the fact that these two teams clashed in that tournament final last summer. Filthballers came out on top. They, in fact, are the two-time defending Corn Belt League tournament champions, and once again being led by Johnston Hobbs as the head coach. As for the Rail Riders, Jonathan Francisco, a player coach for the Rail Riders last year. He is participating in his first summer as a head coach here in the Corn Belt League. But to set the stage officially, both teams right now undefeated. Very early on, Filthballers 2-0, there's Hobbs, and the Rail Riders 1-0.
Hobbs looking clean in the all-white coach's uni over there. Gotta love his perspective and how in-depth he will go.
Brendan Anderson at the plate here for the Filthballers. Yeah, Vinny Sargent on the mound for the Rail Riders puts this one in play, and that'll be enough to bring a run across on the fielder's choice.
Nice job of hitting right there. Good enough to bring the RBI, the run home. Pitch prior, it looked like the hit and run was on, so the Filthballers had those runners in position, looking to capitalize with the hit and run. Wasn't completed. Still was able to get that ribby, though, pitch or two later.
Landon Geezer now at the plate, and it's always interesting, this league. For those who may have not seen our broadcast before, as Geezer puts this one in play, and that once again goes to the shortstop, Cole Ryan, and it gets by the first baseman. So a couple of errors here early on from the Rail Riders. Will put runners on second and third. But it's a developmental league, and obviously the main goal is these are collegiate players who, typically underclassmen, maybe not getting as much reps as they would like in their respective leagues as younger players. So they come to the Corn Belt here in Omaha, and this league is all about giving players the reps, letting them develop their skills so they go back to their respective team once school resumes, and they have that more valuable experience to push for starting time and develop and be more valuable assets to their team. And to that point, the early weeks of the Corn Belt League is interesting for coaches because they're all trying to figure out who their players are and what skill sets they have, and it's very much a feeling out process.
It really is, and building your roster, and you have a couple of guys that can play third base. Well, is he better used at shortstop or second base? And that's all part of the process, and we're still in the first 2 or 3 games of the majority of these teams in the Corn Belt League, so you're still seeing a little bit of those growing pains, you will, especially on the defensive side, trying to utilize everyone's strengths to the best of the team's abilities.
So another run comes across thanks to Hunter Babe, who put that one in play, gets the RBI. Christensen came around.
Really got to like the approach the Filthballers are taking in this first inning, manufacturing runs, taking advantage of some errors that were given to them.
So now Jason Carrig at the plate. That one in there for a strike.
Yeah, and to your point, the style of player, Brandon, a lot of these guys are junior college players, some Southeast Community College, Northeast Community College, looking to make that next step. And this is a great place to showcase your skills to, a four-year school, a D1 school. And we've seen that happen quite often throughout this league with our tenure with the Corn Belt League.
There's a look at Sargent, his first start here in the Corn Belt League. Gets Keurig swinging, 3-1 count, 2 down here in the top of the first. And this first inning is brought to you thanks to Region 4 Behavioral Health System, our first inning sponsor here on News Channel Nebraska, as that one is inside, and that will allow Geezer to come across. So the Filthballers having a solid first inning here. And again, a lot of them, unfortunately for the Rail Riders, by way of error.
Yeah, that's just too many errors, especially in the top of the first inning. Pretty much give it here, and they didn't really have to earn too much of it.
Off speed, though, gets Keurig swinging. And the Rail Riders get out of the inning. 3 come around here in the top of the first. We'll be back. You're watching Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Spring is the perfect time for a refresh, and at Ashley, you'll find the pieces you love for all your favorite spaces. So whether you're redecorating indoors or rethinking your outdoor, spring boldly this season and soak up every moment in a style that's all your own.
So let's go.
Welcome back. Brandon Axum, Andy Klassen with you, getting a look at first-year Corn Belt League head coach Jonathan Francisco as a player coach last year for this Rail Riders team from California, Andy, California Miramar.
Yeah.
Graduate of 2020.
So he's just, doing that, taking his steps, climbing the ladder. Last year, player coach. This year, taking that step to his first head coaching position on a collegiate team. And this is a great platform, not only for aspiring players, but also coaches, an opportunity given to those looking for that here at the Corn Belt League. So another just facet of this league that you got to love and appreciate.
Getting a look here at Nate Rylick on the mound for the Filthballers, who will be getting his first start of the summer season. Quiet guy, according to Coach Hobbs. He's from Clark State, and been chomping at the bit to get on the mound, and he's a big guy.
Yeah.
See, Coach Hobbs was sure to point that out, and that's a situation where real recognize real. Hobbs, he hits the weights pretty hard as well.
Yeah, and no surprise, he found a big guy that's a big left-hander that probably throws with a lot of velocity, so be looking for a live fastball. And there's another look at head coach Jonathan Francisco.
So leading things off, P.J. Laux here for the Rail Riders.
Folks from around the Omaha area recognize this guy. Just got done playing his ball from Hutchinson Community College. Played his high school ball here at Creighton Prep.
First pitch is high. Ball 1. Well, Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Liberty First Credit Union. From your first checking account to a new car to your new home, Liberty First Credit Union is there for all of your life's milestones. Visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more.
Heck of a comeback pitch there for Nate Rylick. Just froze the batter with that low sinking fastball.
That one catching the outside corner. Off speed, and Lauk sat on it. This is deep to center field, and it had extra bases here for Laux to lead things off a stand-up double.
A little bit of a swooping swing there from Laux, and it looked like Rylick kind of took a long, elongated wind-up there. Took a little bit more time than what we saw in his previous pitches. Almost felt like it tipped his hand as to what he was trying to do, and wow, give you a lot of credit to P.J. Laux for sitting on that and driving it, putting a charge in it to dead center.
So that brings up Braden Artzer for the Rail Riders. Plays his college ball at Briar Cliff.
Another local young man from Burke High School, the Bulldogs, as we get another look at that drive into dead center.
So one way to lead things off, answering the Filthballers with their 3-run top of the first. Always good. Now, you know, this is crazy insight. Getting a leadoff man on, I've heard that's a good thing for baseball.
I would have to agree with you on that one, Brandon.
Foul tip there.
No, your odds exponentially go up if you can just get that lead man on base, whether it's through a walk, ground ball, whatever the case may be, but especially getting him to second base, 90 feet closer, no outs. It also gives the offense a few different options. Do you want to bunt the guy over? You want to play a small ball? Or you want to let him swing away and try and manufacture a run that way? Everything's on the table right now for the Rail Riders to get back into this one.
Swing and a miss.
And just early on here, it looks like Nate Rylick really comfortable throwing out of the stretch there.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Artzer. And a steal is on, and Laux will make it safely to third.
PJ had been working on that from second base the entire time, and Rylick didn't look him back, so he got a phenomenal jump, didn't even have a throw to third. Fine piece of base running.
That went in well outside. Full count. Nice job by Artzer to fend it away.
About to say that the previous pitch, Artzer's done a really nice job battling back in this at bat, filling up the count and then fighting off a really nasty inside fastball to stay alive at the plate.
And a good at bat for Artzer, who draws the walk.
All right, well, here we go. Now Rail Riders with runners in the corners, no outs.
Designated hitter Liam Kaminsky steps to the plate here for the Rail Riders.
Kaminsky, that just sounds like a baseball name, doesn't it?
I can't argue with you. Minnesota State Community College product.
Played his high school ball at Ron Colley, another proud high school baseball program in the metro area here.
So I want to go back to that P.J. Laux steal, too. So Coach Jonathan Francisco, who played for Marty Burnson last year, who was the head coach, and they also had some coaching connections from his collegiate time in California, Miramar. So they played something called Marty Ball, as you have a great hit here by Kaminsky, which will bring Laux around. Rail Riders on the board.
Really nice job by Kaminsky, just finding the hole, punching one through, collecting a ribby. We still have 2 runners on, no outs. Filthballers in a little bit of trouble here, watching that early lead kind of slip away.
Derek Enertson now at the plate. Back to the story about Marty Ball. So as I was talking to Coach Francisco about, what he tries to do, he kept referencing Marty Ball. He kept saying, it's kind of unique. It's sort of obscure, and last year we had a sort of slow start because it takes a little while for the players to buy in and to understand. And, I'm kind of doing it this year, but with a little bit of my own twist. And I keep saying, well, I keep hearing you saying Marty Ball. You're saying unique, unorthodox. What do you mean? Can you expand more? And he wanted to be pretty close to the vest as you have another steal on here, but he's like, I can't tell you all the intricacies. I don't want to show my hand, but it involves aggressive base running and some other things and, stuff at the plate, yada, yada. But point being, the Marty Ball has sort of lived on with Jonathan Francisco, who played under him last year. But it's its own little flair. But you're seeing it here early on is the point with a couple of steals.
You really are, and they didn't put on the double steal there. And that puts a lot of pressure on a defense, having runners in the corners. Double play, though, is still on.
Big cut there by Enertson.
He wanted that high fastball. Rylick blew it by him. You get the feeling Marty Ball has a lot to do with aggressive base running, opportunistic offense, manufacturing runs, utilizing small ball, kind of a throwback way to play the game.
That ball going to the parking lot. 0-2 count here to Enertson.
And personally, Brandon, I kind of view base running as special teams in football. It's a third of the game, but it's a third of the game that people forget about. And if you have a team that can really move on the bases, it gives them such a good leg up to come out with a victory regardless of who they play.
When you see it here, the Rail Riders already able to bring 1 run across here in the bottom of the inning. And another one threatening on third, no down. Off-speed pitch stays high.
And that's where Rylick, the big left-hander here, up on the bump, had a little trouble with his off-speed, his curveball, and its location here in this bottom of the first inning.
That one just missing.
I like his fastball. Even when he throws that high fastball, it's so tough for batters to lay off, and it's even tougher for them to catch up to. So you like the velocity. It's just that curveball, the off speed, the junk. It's got to find the plate.
And blows that one by Enertson and sits him down. It's Rylick's first strikeout here of the evening.
Boy, and you got to love the pitch selection there. You saw him shake a couple off there. He wanted to go with that inside heater. Good for the K.
Cedric Dunwald now at the plate, representing Mount Mercy University. Time, high fly ball to left field. And there's going to be a tag attempt. Throw coming, just not quite on the mark. And so you have the runner come across home and the other one get to second.
Kaminsky, excellent job base running there. He hung up on first base until he saw the throw home. Then he committed to second. Knew he was in the clear before he got himself into trouble. Also a really nice piece of hitting there from Dunwald, elevating a ball, getting it out to left field. Plenty of room for the ribby, get a runner home, and advance a runner to second base, negate that force out at second.
So 2 down. Kaminsky on second as Alex Hall steps to the plate. That one low. Alex Hall from Buena Vista University in Iowa.
Seen a lot of young men out of Iowa, Nebraska, and about 75% of this league is made up from local guys. The rest come up from across the nation. I think, what is there, 120 different colleges being represented here in the Corn Belt League?
There is a good amount of them, as there's a chopper to short.
Uh-oh.
And it's booted. And you have a runner going around third, so Kaminsky maybe wasn't anticipating that there was going to be an error at short, so he's thrown out at the plate. Still, though, the Rail Riders get 2 across in the bottom of the second. 3-2 ball game as we head to the second on News Channel Nebraska.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Vet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with a variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you here at Seymour Smithfield in Omaha, Nebraska. Thursday night, Corn Belt League baseball for your viewing pleasure. Filthballers taking on the Rail Riders on a cloudy, little bit wet evening, but the clouds and the rain rather staying away, which is a good thing. This game's getting in. Just a few sprinkles.
Little moisture in the air here, but that's all right. We can still play some ball.
That's what matters most. 3-2 ball game as we enter the second. So now you have Trevor Winterstein leading things off for the Filthballers.
Now we already have a little bit of a difference in these two squads. Rail Riders, give them a lot of credit, battling back, closing the gap, getting back into this one, putting those 2 runs up on the board, but the Filthballers ended that inning on a run, and the Rail Riders didn't capitalize, didn't make them pay. Where on the other side, we have a shot to first base here. Uh-oh.
And so they say that the foot was pulled from the first baseman. Let's get another look here, thanks to Bank of the Valley and Beatrice Community Hospital.
Oh, couldn't keep the foot on the bag. Had to go get it, though. And it just feels like too many errors are being committed right now by the Rail Riders.
That, in fact, is the 4th by the Rail Riders here as Anthony Pohl steps up to the plate.
And to that point, and the point I was making before the ball was put in play there, the Filthballers did jump on the Rail Riders and capitalized on every single error in that first half of the inning, of the first inning, putting up that 3 spot. Rail Riders probably could have scored at least one more run. Kind of let it slip through their hands, though.
Now you see some good base running by the Filthballers. Winterstein rather advances to second.
Yeah, and Cedric Dunwald, the catcher, he did a good job of moving his stance, getting over and blocking the ball, keeping it in front of him. So there wasn't extra bases, but it still allowed for the easy steal.
And Pohl plays his ball at Jackson College, and he hits himself a gapper. That is going to bring Winterstein all the way around, an RBI double for Pohl.
Yeah, and Pohl did a really nice job pulling that ball into the gap, finding the gap, extra bases, and picking up a ribby in the process.
So the Filthballers put up another run, making it 4-2 here in the second inning.
Going to have a pinch runner as Anthony Pohl is the catcher. He's going to get a courtesy runner out there at second. Mahacek takes to the plate here.
Trace Mahacek batting here as we're now in the second inning, brought to you by Unity Eye Center.
A lot of folks know Trace around here because of his time at Bellevue West High School. Also played some ball for Doane University, and boy, did they have themselves a season this past last year for the old Tigers.
Of course, he's hoping he can just continue to sharpen those skills and make the Tigers have another good one. Trying to see, we have another, he has a Doane teammate and Christian Silvertson on the team as well. It's fun when you get to see, you know, all the guys and where they're from, and you know, sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 players from a school on one team, and then 2 or 3 players from the same college team on another team, and then you sort of get the little banter, which is always fun and interesting.
There's a little bit of chatter we've seen over the years here at the Corn Belt League, especially when you get a team loaded with Wayne State guys versus Doane or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of fun.
I think there was one game last year, maybe on multiple occasions, where you had, you know, a pitcher throwing against his college teammate, batting on the other team. So
you also have that dynamic where you have a Millard North guy on the same team as a Millard South guy. You know, they're rivals at high school, and now they find themselves teammates here in the summer league.
Well, props to Mahacek. He draws the walk. Isaac Bonner, the extra hitter, now at the plate.
I like this move from Dunwald, going out to the mound, taking a second here to calm him down as pitcher. Might be going over calls as well, just to get on the same page.
Bonner plays at Sioux Falls. But again, you know, the whole spirit of the league and, you know, the purpose of it, getting players reps and experience, and so that's why you can have a DH and an extra hitter.
Yep. Yeah, it's extremely player-friendly. You know, what do you want in a summer league? Well, I want my pitchers to get their work in, but I don't want to, you know, overwork their arms. I want my batters to get their ABs, and that's exactly what you're seeing here with that 10th batter.
So Sargent quickly gets ahead, 0-2 on Bonner. 4-2 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A-stop today.
And Bonner, another one of those young men from the metro area, played his high school ball at Central. Was an old Eagle back in the day.
You have Sargent just going right at him, so 2 quick strikes, and then he fouled this one off to stay alive. And again, getting a piece of it.
Hanging on by a thread. Had to go up and chase that fastball.
Make it 3 in a row.
You know, I like the approach here from Vinny Sargent, but it kind of feels like Isaac Bonner might be timing up that fastball. And you're way ahead in the count here. 0-2.
Big move back at second.
Rail Riders are well aware of Marty Ball saying, not on us.
Oh, you can't trick a trickster thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bonner puts this one in play. And well dealt with by the first baseman, Garrett Globe, to get the out.
Yeah, Globe playing back, doing a nice job going down, keeping his head down, securing that ball all the way into the mid, and taking his time after he secured the grounder, trot over to first base.
Runners did advance to second and third. We're now back at the top of the order with Nick Aripa. He reached on air to start the game.
That was a heck of a battle at the plate, though, and credit Sargent for hanging in there with the fastball, drawing the lazy ground ball down to first base. They desperately needed that out, especially with the top of the order coming back around. Filthy pitch, a little off speed there. Had a half swing approach.
Another foul out to the parking lot. So you see Sargent, I mean, he's throwing strikes. I mean, he's going right at these batters.
Yeah, he's really been pounding the strike zone after a couple guys got on him, and I really like his approach since that point. And he's leaning heavy with that fastball.
One ball, two strikes here to Aripa.
Couple of times now where Aripa has got his bat out in front of him, that time still able to draw some contact. But old Sargent kind of faked him out there with the off speed.
And that's going to be a run coming across, and Aripa gets back to first.
Yeah, that's where the catcher really has to just throw the ball down the first baseline, you know, off the base. Otherwise, you're going to hit the batter here, and that's exactly what happens. And you see the lane that the runner is supposed to stay in. He might have been a little left, but, you know, there's enough blame to go around there. Globe might have, you know, maybe he should have stepped off to the side and made himself more available for the throw down to first. Whichever way you want to look at it, it comes down to just another error on the Rail Riders here in the second inning.
So Mahacek is on third. Runner came around to score, and Aripa safe at first, even after swinging and missing on strike three. That brings up Christensen.
And that's just a tough pill to swallow. You know, as a pitcher, you struck the guy out, and you still gave up a run on the same play. Like,
and didn't get an out.
Yeah, and how is this happening?
So it's 5-2, Filthballers here in the top of the second on News Channel Nebraska, and Aripa is going to take second uncontested.
And Aripa's already showed us how aware he is on the bases. Stole second to third in the first inning. Advances somewhat easily there.
Foul tip there for Christensen.
Boy, and you can see the Filthballers, they're a little behind old Vinny Sargent up on the bump. Fastball has great velocity as he's getting into this latter half of the second inning. But it's to no avail as there's just been a couple slip-ups defensively.
Sargent painting the corner there and sits Christensen down.
And we've seen that consistently so far. Umpires kind of widening the strike zone, and why not? We're not here to watch a bunch of walks. We want to force batters. We want to force the issue to, get that bat off the shoulder. And we got some weather here behind us, so let's get this one in.
Brendan Anderson at the plate. So we had a sack RBI back in the first. That one in there for a strike.
Oh.
High and inside.
Little chin music there. Sargent saying, you really want to crowd the plate? You really want to come in on me?
Two one. That one just a tad low.
And you can see that approach that Anderson has at the plate. It looks kind of open, like he has that left foot kind of down the third baseline. But look at the last second there. He gets lined up parallel with the pitcher. Big time, powerful baseball stance. And he draws a walk.
That'll load the bases here with two down, top of the second. And you have your cleanup man, Landon Geezer, on. This is what you dream of as the four-hole guy.
I was going to say, bases loaded. This already feels like such a big moment in this game if the Rail Riders can get out of this jam unscathed.
Geezer reached by way of error in the first, ended up coming around to score.
So you got the force out at any base here. You got a wet infield, so the ball's going to be dead. You want to get something. You want to create a ground ball here if you're the pitcher.
That is a rope. That'll score at least two.
Uh-oh. No one's on third.
And the runner advances to third as well. So how about two RBIs for Landon Geezer on the liner?
Yeah, and to the previous point, a line drive is not a ground ball. And when Alex Hall had to come off third base to go get that ball, someone had to cover third. There's got to be more communication defensively here for the Rail Riders. That allowed for that free base from second to third. Also took away the force out here.
And this will stay foul from Hunter Babe.
Another baseball name, Babe. I think there's an old ball player that used to go by that name.
It's ringing a bell.
Hunter played at Platteview High School, just down the road.
This will be a 4-3 putout. Rail Riders get out of the inning, but not before giving up four more to the Filthballers here in the second. It's 7-2. As we head to the bottom of the inning here on News Channel Nebraska.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, do it!
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
Claybaugh Pharmacy provides you with all the pharmacy options a person would need. As a full-service pharmacy, we give you all the traditional options, but also have the modern technology to maintain your profiles. Maybe you're busy. Head to clayballpharmacy.com. Click on Online Refills to get your prescriptions filled from the convenience of your home. Clayball Pharmacy and Gift Shop, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Seymour Smith. 4 more runs for the Filthballers in the top of the second. We'll see if the Rail Riders can answer here in the bottom of the inning. It's going to be Nolan Chandler, A.J. Urban, and Garrett Globe up for the Rail Riders.
Yeah, and this is where you don't want to look at the scoreboard and say, all right, we got to get 4 back. Let's just try and manufacture 1 run and see where we're at. Let's get one of them back here. And you saw it from the Filthballers that past inning there. Just put the ball in play and good things will happen. I think that's a mindset that the Rail Riders have to take to the plate with them here in the bottom of the second inning.
Nolan Chandler, he'll start things off for the Rail Riders. Anoka Ramsey Community College, where he hails from.
Played his high school ball at Burke High School as an old Bulldog just a couple of years ago.
$7-2 your score on the Midway CDJ scoreboard. Ball 1. Rylick on the mound for the Filthballers.
And Rylick's really been working those corners. That time missed outside. First pitch was a little inside. Ooh.
Inside again, so quickly 3-0 count. Four straight balls to Chandler. And like the first inning, Rail Riders get their leadoff man on.
Good on Chandler, and he was a statue there at 3-0. I don't believe he was going to swing at anything. He was going to force Rychek to go ahead and throw a strike. Got himself a free pass through the walk.
Now A.J. Urban from Black Hawk College now at the plate. Rylick keeping his eye on the runner at first. That is a shot to left, and what a catch. Trevor Winterstein tracking it down, and
wow,
Mr. Urban has to feel robbed there.
Yeah, he does, and doesn't even advance a runner, which I thought it was going to find some grass as well. Credit the left fielder for getting on his horse and getting on over there. I believe that was Winterstein. Heck of a catch, backhanding that one on the move and holding the runner, getting it in a hurry.
Brings up Garrett Globe. Globe not far from his college team. Creighton University now he plays on the club team. That's not to say that that's not competitive baseball.
No, not at all.
Has that open stance.
You know, and even with the Corn Belt League, and we kind of alluded to it, was, you know, some of the chatter that goes on between the dugouts. Even though it's a developmental league, it gets pretty competitive. So I don't care if it's club ball or summer league. Once you lace them up and put the cleats on, the story kind of changes. You're playing for keeps. You're playing for that victory.
Nice placement there from Rylick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. quickly over to first. That's Anthony Pohl keeping the runner honest. No more of this Marty ball.
No, sir.
Stay close to the base, Chandler. That's what he's telling him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure if I'm, reading it all or not, but it just seems like when Riley takes a little bit longer in his windup, a curveball or an off-speed's, coming to the plate. When it's down to business and it's shortened up and compact, that's a fastball. I feel like it might be a little bit of a tip of the pitch coming from the mound.
Well, you have the steal on here on the pass ball. That puts Chandler on second.
Only 1 down, so Rail Riders in a pretty good position here to get one of those runs back.
Third stolen base here by the Rail Riders.
I was going to say, for early on in the season, we've seen some really good, disciplined, on-the-spot base running, really for both squads here early on.
And the full count pitch goes inside. Globe will take his base. Brings up Cole Ryan.
University, number 16, Cole Ryan.
Cole Ryan, another one of those guys, I believe, out of Roncalli High School. Kind of getting a feel for the programs here that are putting a lot of players to that next level, too. We're talking about Burke, Roncalli, Bellevue West.
It's nice for these players, too. I mean, any player that comes to this league, there's dividends for them, but you get to come back home for the summer, back to Omaha, and you have a league right here in your own backyard where you can get the reps.
Yeah, kind of a premier league where you're bringing a lot of arms, a lot of pitchers from across the nation. So you're going to see some really competitive pitching from the mound. So if you want to work on your batting, this is a great league to be a part of.
That curveball just stays outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
For folks keeping a book at home, this is the 10 spot. This is that additional batter. Ooh.
Yeah, Rylick working on a little bit of control issues here in the second.
I like where he's going with it, though. He's challenging the corners. He wants to get inside the hands, in on the hands of the batters. We're going to see a little meeting at the mound here. Talk some things over. I don't believe that's Hobbs.
It is not.
I'm going to send the old pitching coach out there, assistant coach, to handle things. That's also telling your starting pitcher, Nate Rylick, you're not getting the hook. You're not getting the hook, so I want to talk a couple things over here.
3-1 here to Cole Ryan. 7-2 ball game, bottom of the second. And there is a nice hit dropping right in front of the right fielder. That'll load the bases.
So I'll tell you what, Rail Riders starting with their number 7 batter, working through to the 10th batter there. 1 out, bases loaded. I don't feel like you could ask for a better situation if you're a Rail Riders fan right now, starting this inning at the bottom of your order, and this is the table set for your leadoff batter and back to the top of your order.
And if you'll remember, Laux led off the bottom of the first with a double to dead center. So he's got some pop in that bat.
And that was a huge, huge drive to dead center. That probably would have been a base clearing double with 3 on if you could duplicate that type of at bat.
First pitch, ball 1. That
Tough.
one, it's right where you can't make a play on it, and it brings a runner around.
That was Barney the whole way. Barney, rubble trouble. You just knew it. That dead ball kind of in that dead zone between the third baseman who had to cover in the shortstop.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So give Laux his RBI in infield single.
Now Artser at the plate, who walked his first at bat. Nice job there by the catcher Pole to not let that one past him. Well, Corn Belt League coverage here on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you courtesy of Didier's. Locations in David City as well as Schuyler. Didier's is your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices.
You saw that late movement there. Got Artser, got in on his hands. Still able to foul it off. It's going to even things up, though, 1-1. And that's the movement Rylick's looking for. Bottom just dropping out of that pitch, goes right into the zone.
That one hangs up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and when you get that far ahead in the count, then you can go ahead and experiment a little bit. Throw another curveball. Try and work on it.
And that one finds the bottom of the zone. Artser goes down looking.
Really like the approach that time from Nate Rylick. Got aggressive early, got that inside fastball, got the batter swinging. That put him in the driver's seat. Then he was able to try and come back with another curveball, then went right to the heater for the punch out.
So Liam Kaminsky, the DH, had an RBI single back in the first. And this one gets past the catcher on the wild pitch. A runner comes across. So the Rail Riders get at least one back here in the second.
Yeah, and that was a big one. You just had that feeling that, okay, the base is loaded and we're only going to get one out of it, and we're down a little bit here. It'd really be nice if you're a Rail Rider fan to get an additional run, and you got it through the pass ball, and the table is still set to get a couple more.
Sort of jammed Kaminsky here. Popped it right up and caught by Rylick to get out of the inning. Still, though, the Rail Riders get 2 back in the bottom of the second. It's a 3-run game as we head to the third. You're watching Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
It's in our passion. It's in our achievements. It's in our architecture and our heritage. It's in the way we innovate and discover. It's how we engage and inspire. It's time to experience it for yourself. Peru State College. See what's in it for you.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Casasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you. Vinny Sargent on the mound for the Rail Riders. Though we've had some action in the first 2 innings in terms of runs being scored.
Yes, we have.
7-4.
Got a little bit of action over there in the bullpen as well. A Submariner warming up if things don't go Sargent's way here in this 3rd inning.
Filthballers, the shortstop from Orange Coast College, number 22.
Jason Carrig at the plate. Sargent won the battle against him earlier, sitting him down. Well, this 3rd inning is brought to you courtesy of the Strike Zone here on News Channel Nebraska, our 3rd inning sponsor. Of course, Andy, Strike Zone, a big part of this Corn Belt League.
And it's a huge kind of a selling point to these players, because part of the package deal of joining this league is you have an indoor training facility at your disposal 7 days a week. So let's say you get a rainy day or you just want to take a half day and work on some cuts at the cage, Strike Zone's there for you, and it's part of a package deal. Also helps the founder and commissioner of the league owns the Strike Zone. So it all kind of works out.
That never hurts. 1 ball, 2 strike. This one put in play by Carrig. Gets the grounder. Chandler makes the play at second for the 4-3 put out.
You just kind of feel like a weight's been lifted here off this Rail Riders defense. They start the inning in a positive fashion. Something goes their way. Force a ground ball, get it to first base, first batter out.
Now Trevor Winterstein at the plate, who reached on air back in the 2nd. Ball 1. This one right back at Chandler, who makes back-to-back plays. Nice work by the young man.
Nifty little move there with that half slide, getting a position, secure position where he's going to block the ball forward if he didn't field it cleanly. The bounced right back up on his feet, though, out of that half slide. Easy out at first.
Anthony Pohl smacked a double, brought in a run. His first at bat. Grounder to third. And the throw just a little bit low. Pohl will advance to second.
And another squandered opportunity here for the Rail Riders. Could have went 1-2-3, got out of a quick inning, limiting pitches for Sargent. Just couldn't quite pick that one up out of the dirt.
So chance here for the Filthballers to continue their streak of scoring in every inning up to this point. Trace Mahacek is at the plate, and he walked back in the 2nd inning.
Just kind of felt like Mahacek was just sitting on that pitch. He got that fastball just a little low, a little inside.
One missing low and outside, 1-1. This one to center, maybe trouble. Drops right in there. And the runner comes across to score. So you see how costly that error becomes for the Rail Riders.
You're spot on, Brandon. The old Texas Leaguer comebacks to haunt the Rail Riders. Well-executed pitch. Mahachek getting just enough of it to push it out of the infield in that no-man land. And there you have it. Opportunity that was squandered to go 1-2-3 comes back to haunt the Rail Riders.
And here's a shot from Isaac Bonner. And an even better catch by Braden Artser.
Good on Artser, keeping his head on the ball the entire time, even though he had to cover a lot of ground fading back towards that center wall.
Filthballers get one here in the top of the third. We'll be back on News Channel Nebraska.
It's that time of year when the air is at its freshest, the green is on the landscape, and the great outdoors is all around us. With so much beauty in our area, such as Lewis and Clark Lake, there are plenty of reasons to make moments enjoying the sun and a few nights beneath the stars. On your way to your outdoor adventure, stop at Shop EZ south of Yankton and get all the snacks and drinks you'll need. Outdoor Adventures, powered locally by Cenex. Shop Columbus Motor Company during Jeep Freedom Days for that new vehicle. They have a great selection of new Chryslers, Dodges, and Jeeps for work or play, and Ram Tough trucks that can handle any job you've got. And they have a 5-day money-back guarantee in case you're not completely satisfied. Stop by their dealership at 2806 23rd Street in Columbus or shop them online at columbusmotorcompanyn.com, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always.
Four-year score here in a cloudy Thursday evening in Omaha at Seymour Smith. Brandon Axum and Andy Klassen with you for Corn Belt League Baseball. It's going to be our little weekly ritual here for about the next 7 or 8 weeks. Thursday nights, tune in at 6:55 for 7 o'clock first pitch for Corn Belt League Baseball each and every week on News Channel Nebraska on Thursdays.
That's right. Nothing more American than some Thursday night baseball on News Channel Nebraska, featuring a lot of in-state talent here in this Corn Belt League. And yeah, of course, we had a little weather system move through here, but things have cleared up and a little bit of drizzle to start the game, but I think we're going to have a nice, cool temp here to finish things out.
Eight four-year score on the Aurora Cooperative at Midway CDJ scoreboard.
For the Rail Riders, the right fielder from Mount Mercy University.
Derek Enertson will lead things off. Still have Rylick on the mound for the Filthballers. Especially early on in the league, these players will be on pitch counts. Coach Johnston Hobbs saying no one's going to go over 50 pitches. That way, he's a very strategic coach. Not saying that others aren't, but he is extremely meticulous in his processes. And he said, no one's going over 50. That way, we don't burn anyone out, but also we can get guys back on the mound on just 2 days rest. So he already had his rotation of 2 guys who are going to for sure pitch today. And he said that paid dividends last year when that was sort of something they monitored all season long. And getting then to the tournament, and then they were able to bring in their ace, Matt Keating, in that final game to close it out and win the championship. He said, we didn't burn through our arms, and it was a you play the game in front of you, but you also have to play the long game and look strategically across the season.
And early on, it looked like the Filthballers were cruising, and they wouldn't need their arms, but credit the Rail Riders for fighting back, and you had that classic bottom of the 9th ace pitcher versus 4-spot hitter for all the marbles, and having your ace pitcher out there prevailed the Filthballers to win their back-to-back title last year, and it was all part of that strategery. Is that a word?
I think it might be. Let's say that it is.
That Coach Hobbs was playing all season with, trying to save those arms.
And there is a shot. It's going to go foul from Dunwald.
Dunwald jumped all over that first pitch. Got what he was looking for, just a little too far out in front. Pulled it down that third baseline.
Oh, 1 here on the foul ball. That one well inside. So Dunwald had a sac fly back in his first at bat. Two, 1. Three, 1 here to Dunwald. That one fouled away. Full count. And that'll be a base on balls for Dunwald.
Like the pitch selection there from Rylick, wanting to get back to his fastball, just a little too low.
The third baseman, Buena Vista University, number 48, Alex.
That'll bring up Alex Hall.
Your attention, please. Now running at first base, number 66, Spencer Wayman.
This one straight back, and that'll go behind the press box.
We ask that you please turn all foul balls to the first or third base dugout.
So Hall reached on a fielder's choice. His first at bat. So up to this point, we've seen a run scored in every half inning. Can the Rail Riders keep it going? This one heading towards the right fielder for an out. Nice catch there by Anderson.
Just hung up a little too much there for Alex Hall. Had a decent enough shot, that right center. A little too much air under it though.
From Anoka Ramsey Community College, number 1, Nolan Chandler.
So that low pitch gets away, and that will allow the runner to advance to second.
Courtesy runner Lehman with some wheels out there on the ball, scooting down to second.
It's Chandler now at the plate, and he came all the way around to score back in the second after he drew a walk. 2 down, but you have runner in scoring position, and there's Marty Ball. He had to hit and run on. Fouled out of play, though.
And credit Chandler for going down and getting that one. Probably a pitch that he wouldn't have had a problem taking there, but with the hit and run on, he went down and got it. Didn't leave the base runner out to drive.
That one low. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Bottom of the third. 8-4 Filthballers. That one looked pretty good, just a little bit high.
Yeah, just kind of floated a little inside there. Last minute. Credit Chandler for laying off.
(3-1). Rylick, it's low, but steal attempt is on. There's a quick throw from the catcher, but a better jump from Dunwald.
And with the throw just being a little high, Lehman did a good job getting underneath it. You're going to see it on the replay here. Good jump, nice slide. Okay, so another big spot here early on for the Rail Riders. Runners in the corners, however, 2 outs. Still want to get a run across here. Now we're going to have a full infield meeting at the mound with head coach Hobbs as well.
And Rylick may have hit his 50 as he hands the ball over to Hobbs. So pitching change here in the bottom of the third. We'll take a quick break here on News Channel Nebraska.
At Columbus Community Hospital, we understand the needs of a growing family. That's why we are proud to introduce our new maternal child health department. We designed the unit with you in mind. It has suite-style rooms, a larger neonatal intensive care unit, a surgical suite, and upgrades that provide a more modern and comfortable space. When it's time for you to expand your family, we hope to see you in our new expanded maternal child health department.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
Searching for your next vehicle? Shop Woodhouse first. Over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles in stock and on our lots, with new trades arriving daily that you can explore on woodhouse.com. Plus, confidence comes standard when you purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Woodhouse. With our multi-point inspection, transparent pricing, available add-on warranties, and financing options, purchasing a pre-owned vehicle has never been simpler. Experience the difference and drive away today confident and road-ready in your new vehicle from Woodhouse.
At Farmers Pride, we are proud to work with agricultural producers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. As a farm supply and grain marketing cooperative, we are proud to serve the region's needs of grain, feed, agronomy, energy, and transportation for over 80 years. We help the farmers who feed the world by providing the people, products, and programs to deliver solutions for our customers' success. Farmers Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
Welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you. New pitcher, Chase DeLoach. This is interesting because this is a youngster on the mound for the Filthballers. Just graduated high school. He's originally from Atlanta, but played his ball at Camp Bridgeton Academy, in Maine. And Coach Hobbs says he's raw and has a lot of talent and upside, though. Pitcher and third baseman, and he's going to get his first shot here on the mound in the Corn Belt League.
Yeah, has a lot of life to his fastball, and those are the type of pitchers, projects that Coach Hobbs loves to take on. And sometimes when you can get a young man that has that type of velocity on his fastball, That's just the type of raw talent you're looking for.
And here's a pop-up from Urbon. And that will end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. 8-4 ball game as we head to the 4th.
Feel confident about the used vehicle you're buying with Midway Certified Pre-Owned. Our lowest hassle-free prices every day on a great selection of Midway Certified Pre-Owned Fords, Hondas, Toyotas, and more at all 3 Midway Auto Dealership locations in Kearney or online at thinkmidway.com.
Alrighty guys, anything else I can get for you?
I think we're good.
Okay, enjoy.
This looks amazing. Oh, he's with my bank. He gets a little taste of everything, all the time. Don't worry, you get used to it.
You should join Liberty First Credit Union. They have low loan rates, high deposit rates, and they share the profits with their members. So no one will take a bite of what's yours.
Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
If you're looking to work out, Husker Rehab in Beatrice is the place to start. At Husker Rehab, they enjoy a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and they'll help you reach your goals.
At Husker Rehab, we take pain personally, and we're always looking for the best solutions to help you out and have proven results. Hi, this is Ryan Wade, a physical therapist at Husker Rehab in Beatrice. If you have a referral for physical therapy or are looking to get into better shape, we'd love to help you out.
That's Husker Rehab with 2 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Beatrice, and 1 in Fairbury. Call today for more information or learn more at huskerrehab.com.
And welcome back, new pitcher on the mound for the Rail Riders, Matthew Kolfkin from Creighton University.
Throwing that submarine-style pitch. Giving the batters a little bit of a different look here as we head into the 4th.
Always intrigued by the submarine pitchers. Obviously, it's a much different look. Takes some time for batters to potentially have to adjust when it's coming out of that trajectory. Not necessarily over the top, but
right.
Maybe rising a little bit as it comes at you.
Yeah, it has a completely different look coming out of the hand. And you hear about those, high heat fastballs. It looks like they're rising up on you. That's the illusion a batter will come to. Well, these submarine pitchers, it's more of on a plane, but it still gives you that feel, that optical illusion that it's coming up on you just because their arm is dipping so low compared to your traditional over-the-top, normal wind-up style of pitcher.
Matthew Kolfkin now at the plate. And he'll be facing off against the leadoff man, Nick Ripa. Strike 1.
Yeah, so right away, you see that submarine pitch work across the plate, going away for Ripa, swing and a miss.
Ripa looked to lay down the bunt, but it'll be strike 2.
I like the idea there. Nick wanted to just go ahead and go with that ball as it was cutting across the plate and push it down the first base line and try and manufacture a hit through a bunt, and couldn't quite lay it down though.
One ball, 2 strikes to Reap. If you'll remember, he struck out, but still reached on air and ended up coming around to score back in the 2nd. He also reached on air in the 1st, so he scored 2 runs, doing exactly what you want your leadoff guy to do. We are in the 4th inning, 8-4 your score. 4th inning is brought to you by Multicare Spine and Pain Center, your partner for pain and rehab solutions.
Talking about Ripa there. Got a good look at his jersey, pretty dirty. Looks like he's made his way around the bases a couple of times, as you were talking about, and you just kind of feel like if you're going to be a filth baller, you got to live up to the name. You got to slide head first a couple times into second, third base. And Nick Ripa has been all about it here this evening.
Oh, Coach Hobbs, he's big about epitomizing the mascot and embodying everything that it means to be a filth baller, to your point. In fact, I think there, under the table there was some, I don't know if deal is the right term, but, Johnson Hobbs, he's kind of one of the old hats in terms of head coaches here in this league. He made a deal with Joe Seeley. He said, Joe, I'll come back, but I'm not being any team but the Filth Ballers. I'm staying Filth Ballers through and through. That's my MO. And it's worked out pretty well for him. I think this is year number 4 for Hobbs. And we mentioned the fact that they are the 2-time defending tournament champs.
And those baseball guys with their good luck charms and all the little things that they do before and after innings. So, of course, something big like your mascot, Hobbs is all over it.
This one came off for Ripa, so full count. He's going to have to try to shake that one off.
And give some credit here to Ripa for battling back in this at-bat. Got down early, 0-2. Gave the old submarine pitcher a lot to work with, but he was able to hang in there, foul a couple off. Here we go again, full count.
And Ripa sat down by Kelfkin.
That was just a well-executed pitch there for Kelfkin, putting it up over the plate, maybe a little high, but it still flirted with the strike zone enough where Nick Ripa had to go get it, had to protect, especially how we've seen Blue, the umpire here, widening the strike zone consistently for both squads. You got to go for it. Don't want to get caught watching.
That one catching the outside corner, 0-1 to Nolan Christensen. Went for it again. This time got Christensen to chase.
It's hard to lay off that pitch because it goes all the way across the plate, all the way across the strike zone. Before you know it, it's on the outer half, and you're behind.
And Christensen this time not taking the bait. Thought about it, though.
Yeah, the old bulldog took that little clutch, then thought better of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he sits down his second batter in a row.
And once again, Kelfkin doing a nice job executing that pitch. Putting it right down the pipe with that submarine deliver.
Brendan Anderson. Walked his last at bat. Well, Kelfkin be able to go 1-2-3 rather, against the top 3 batters in this order for the Filth Ballers. Right down the pipe.
It just feels like Kelfkin's kind of settling in now, really hammering that strike zone.
That one high. That one is hit on a rope.
Oh.
Unfortunately for Anderson, it was right at Laux, who makes the snag.
What a play. And yeah, Christensen got the pitch he was sitting on, put a charge into it, but it couldn't find the field.
So 3 up, 3 down for the Filth Ballers. It's 8-4 as we head to the bottom half of the inning.
was kind of over the COVID, but I had repercussions from it. They examined you and then come up with a plan, and that involved first speech therapy, and then they had occupational therapy, but the big thing there is physical therapy. The level of cure, the expertise, the sense of commitment, they earned my undying admiration, I'll tell you. When I needed rehabilitation therapy, I had faith.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Welcome back here to Seymour Smith Field in Omaha, Nebraska. So we got a glimpse of Chase DeLoach brought in relief to finish out that last half inning. He retired the one batter he faced, and
he's
see
got
more of him here.
Got the loudest cleats in the Corn Belt League, I'll tell you that. That neon green, or would you say yellow? Are you one of those guys? Is that green or yellow, Brandon?
I believe it's called chartreuse. Oh, come on. That's
talking like I'm in there. That's
yep.
my chartreuse.
Chartreuse,
lure.
there we go. Well, first pitch and ball as he's taking on Garrett Globe.
Well, no doubt about it, though. Chase DeLoach bring a little flair from Atlanta here to the Corn Belt League in Omaha.
Yeah, well-traveled individual. High school in Atlanta. Or no, excuse me, from Atlanta. Played at an academy in Maine. And now in Omaha.
And I'll tell you what, those coaches like Jonathan Hobbs, all these guys, they're scouting. They do a really good job of finding this talent regardless. You know, inner city Atlanta, you know, panhandle of Nebraska. They all seem to find these guys and get them in leagues such as the Corn Belt League here.
Again, this is a recent high school graduate, so this isn't someone like, you know, most players, they might be freshmen or sophomores in college before they come here. This is right out of high school. He's pitching. This is his first collegiate competition reps right here on the mound for the first time.
Yeah, well, when your fastball can touch the mid-80s, flirt with the 90s, you'll always have a home. Period. Whether it's a Corn Belt League, community college, up to D1, someone's going to want you up on the mound.
Out one outside. It'll make it a full count here. Globe draws the walk.
Hey, and that was a good at-bat there for Globe. Getting down early, hanging in there, being really disciplined at the plate, not chasing anything low or outside. Gets awarded with a walk.
Now Ryan at the plate. He's 1 for 1 this evening. Singled back in the second.
And that walk he drew, that was an impressive at bat as well. Because he got down, but he didn't chase anything out of the zone. You see a lot of, especially guys that are looking to work on their batting skills, they get a little anxious, a little too aggressive at the plate. And that wasn't the case early on for Ryan Cole, drawing that walk earlier.
One ball, one strike. This one put in play. And what a play. 6-4 put out. Jason Carrick.
Wow, quick hands. The exchange from glove to hand, turning around. I thought this ball took too long. Look at that wet grass, just kill that ball. But you saw the exchange, the quick hands there. Getting it over to second for the force.
So back to the top of the order for the Rail Riders. PJ Laux had a double in the first, also an RBI single in the second. And this one finds the gap, and Laux 3 for 3 here.
Pretty good night at the plate. You see those last couple of bats, Deloach gets behind a little bit, and then those kind of changes the mindset of the batter. They're sitting on that fastball. They know that he's going to have to bring something in on the plate. Saw a couple of drives there on the left side of the field. Past couple of batters.
Braden Artser at the plate. This one gets past the catcher. Both runners advance. So a real opportunity here for the Rail Riders. Just one down, 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it really is. And without that heads-up play from Caring at shortstop, getting the force out at second, they could be some big trouble here. Nice comeback pitch, Chase Deloach.
Stays high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Now 3-1. One hit to center. It's going to allow both to tag up. So sac fly brings one across.
Nice piece of hitting. Knew what was on the table, just had to elevate something, getting into the outfield. Found plenty of outfield, good for an RBI, and advance a runner from second to third.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Minnesota State Community College.
Liam Kaminsky now at the plate. Another look courtesy of Bank of the Valley and Beatrice Community Hospital.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there for Braden Artser. Mentioned he playing his college ball at Briarcliff now.
So cuts the game back to 3. 8-5 Filthballers here in the bottom of the 4th. Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska. This one may be trouble. Well, good work there by Geezer. Gets under it. Gets the Filthballers out of the inning. But not before the Rail Riders get one back. It's 8-5 as we head to the 5th here on News Channel Nebraska.
No matter what your age, skill level, or position, Your baseball season begins at the Strike Zone. Featuring state-of-the-art batting cages, group and private instruction, the Strike Zone provides athletes all the training and equipment you need to get your game to the next level. Give the gift of development to your baseball or softball player. Purchase your Strike Zone gift cards today. Baseball never ends at the Strike Zone.
At Norfolk Auto Center, they work hard to give their customers the best value around. Plus, they offer a 5-day money-back guarantee on every new vehicle and a 30-day exchange period on any pre-owned vehicle over $5,000, so you can buy with confidence. Call or stop in today. They're conveniently located at 1123 South 20th Street in Norfolk, or shop them online at norfolkchevy.com. Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader.
And welcome back. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, fifth inning. About ready to get started here. Filthballers 8, Rail Riders 5. Now, Andy, is as good a time as any to take a look at our Nebraska Brewing Company trivia. Our favorite parts of the broadcast.
Here we go. This former Husker baseball player was a 2-time All-Star and World Series champ in his professional career. Go on to become the head coach of his alma mater. Now, just off the top of your head, who are you thinking?
Oh, God. Give me a second. Give me a second here.
We can get into some multiple choice as well.
World Series champ. I know Alex Gordon was a World Series champ.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Erstad was a World Series champ. Those are the two that are hopping off right away, and I don't think Alex Gordon is into coaching his alma mater that I'm aware of at this point.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Darren Erstad.
All right. Well, we can circle back to that. You can chew on it for a little while.
Can I? Okay, maybe. So not quite final answer. That's 75% sure final answer.
It's gonna give
am I allowed to do that?
You sure are. That's just fine.
I will take some multiple choice though if you have them.
I was gonna throw Will Bolt, current head coach of the Huskers, and Mike Anderson.
We have a fly out here by Geezer to lead things off.
Remember, Mike Anderson had some just wonderful teams coming just off the Van Horn era.
Yep.
Had some fantastic players, and of course had a career himself.
And I'm not getting mixed up, right? It's Van Horn who's at Arkansas, right?
Yep.
Because we had that game against those guys 2 seasons ago now. Okay. Well, while I continue to think, it's Hunter Babe at the plate.
Nice job not chasing, low and outside, staying disciplined. I'd like to see that from your DH. You can see Kefkin really changes his approach from right-handed to a left-handed batter. Really elongates that throw and allows the ball to work all the way across the plate, going away from those right-handed batters. Different story against a lefty.
Well, that's Kefkin's first walk as Babe will advance to first.
Yeah, and he just kind of felt like Kefkin had a tough time adjusting to a left-handed batter. He didn't want to allow his pitch to go into the hitter. You know, that's why that right-handed pitcher versus a lefty batter, the advantage goes to the batter because the curveball is usually coming in on him, have a much better chance of driving it somewhere versus a pitch going away, which is typically what he has when he's facing a right-handed batter.
So we have a new batter at the plate, Jackson Horn, getting his first at bat.
And Mr. Horn's getting a taste of a submarine-style pitcher here. And once again, look at this ball work across the plate away from the batter.
Horn down in Beatrice at Southeast Community College.
Played his high school ball at Papillion La Vista South. So one of those local guys finding their way to the Corn Belt League here in Omaha.
(1-1) here for Kelfkin, one down. That was high, but he got Horn to chase it and fouls it off.
And see, that's just so tough to catch up to, especially where it's rising up out of the strike zone. That movement's going away from you, out of the zone.
Well, this one put in play, and that will drop in there.
Oh.
How about it?
And heads up base running, scooting on over to third base. I mean, off a nubber, you couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Runners in the corners here. Filthballers back in business.
Well worth another look.
The left fielder.
Just a little pitching wedge.
I mean, well executed pitch there for Kevkin. Just didn't get the result he was looking for.
Winterstein now at the plate.
Also says something about the Filthballers and their mentality at the plate. They just battle, make you earn everything. Said it earlier, put the ball in play, good things will happen.
Saw a bunt attempt there by Winterstein that goes foul. Also, preferably, you're keeping that one on the ground.
Didn't look like it missed by much.
That one was close too.
And Kevkin just kind of looks like he's having a little trouble adjusting to that left-handed batter. He doesn't want to leave anything too vulnerable going into the batter.
That one is high and stolen base there by Horn.
Good jump. No threat, no throw to second. And with only one out, that was a huge stolen base. Double plays, out the window. 90 feet closer.
Winterstein draws the walk to load the bases. Anthony Pohl coming to the plate. Oh, actually, looks like we have a substitution. It's going to be Tyler Obrecht. His first at bat. Obrecht from Wayne State. How about that? Come on in. Bases loaded.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
No pressure. Obrecht is also a catcher, so going to give Anthony Pohl a little rest here in the second half of this game. But yeah, big time spot to enter the game. Bases loaded, one out.
And he wears one. That'll score a run.
Like catchers don't get beat up enough behind the plate. First pitch, first at bat. Takes one for the team.
Now we're going to have a mound visit.
Well, you want to revisit that Nebraska Brewing Company trivia question? I think you had a feeling as to where you wanted to go. Now that I gave you a couple options, are you looking into that?
You know, the more I think about it, I'm not going to take the bait. I think
Okay.
my instincts were right. I think I think it's Darren Erstad.
All right, let's see what we got here for an answer.
All right. Yes.
Good deal. Good deal. Sticking with your initial thought, you know. Too many times you see that. You just don't go with your initial reaction, your initial thought, and you talk yourself out of something.
A broadcaster of conviction. That's our Nebraska Brewing Company trivia question, though, and we'll be having those every week. If I'm not mistaken, correct, Andy? Every night we have a broadcast, Thursday nights.
You are exactly right, and we won't always rake you over the coals with Brandon. We're going to have some guests that come in and try and answer some questions, whether players, coaches through the league, or representatives for the Nebraska Brewing Company themselves. But we always have fun with that trivia question.
Trace Mahacek at the plate. Bases loaded, one down. Top of the fifth. Now 2-1. Mahacek singled his last at bat, walked his first at bat. And one catches the inside corner.
Really nice pitch, and that's where I was going to go, where, you know, Kefkin just has to settle down, hone in, and really refine that strike zone. Put the pressure back on these batters for the Filthballers.
That one behind him. He's getting razzed by his own teammates for not wearing that one.
Just a little love from your own dugout there.
Full count, though, here. Yeah, this one put in play. Flies out, though, to the shortstop. So 2 down.
And get on the 6th spot there. Getting back, making the play, securing the catch, and not allowing any runners to advance. Kind of a difficult play there as well, as Ryan Cole was able to get back, or Cole Ryan, excuse me. One of those 2 last name guys you got to look out for.
They can trip you up. It's Isaac Bonner at the plate, who's looking for his first hit tonight, and now would be a very opportune time to get it.
Yeah, really kind of swell this lead up heading into the latter half of this game. Takes a lot of pressure off your relief pitchers.
Oh, 2 count. That one fouled away.
All right, so Kefkin has the former Omaha Central Eagle right where he wants him, 0-2 with 2 outs.
And Kefkin puts him away, sits him down with the bases loaded. So could have been a lot worse from a Rail Riders perspective. Filthballers get 1 across. It's 9-5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
The road of life has its bumps, but Tom Dinsdale Automotive customers have an advantage. Every new and certified used vehicle comes with the Dinsdale Customer Advantage Program. Our program protects nitrogen-filled tires for 1 year, guards against windshield damage and door dings for a year, and protects your car's appearance for 5 years at no additional cost to you. Got the Customer Advantage Program from Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings.
Welcome back here to Seymour Smithfield. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you for Corn Belt League Thursday Night Baseball on News Channel Nebraska. Entering the bottom of the 5th inning here. It's been back, well, not necessarily back and forth, but Filthballers jumped out in front, but the Rail Riders have been kind of matching with them stride for stride, not letting him get too far away, and a very big top half of the inning for the Rail Riders' perspective, getting out of that jam with the bases loaded to stay within striking distance.
Exactly right, only allowing 1 run, so it's a game, and oh, what a nice shot. Line drive. Number 28 there, Derek Erston. Good job sitting on that opening pitch fastball. That's exactly the start the Rail Riders were looking for.
First hit for Enertson. That's a good one.
Get another look at it here on the replay. Didn't try to overpower it, but pulled it enough.
So now Cedric Dunwald at the plate.
Little foul ball dribblers there. Looked like a little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Deloach. Trying to keep the batter off balance.
And a quick throw back to first just to keep Enertson honest.
Gonna say it again, is that Marty ball? Kind of forcing the throw down the first baseline?
It's the anti-Marty ball the Filthballers are playing. Or at least trying to. This one fouled off.
You gotta like the approach here from young pitcher Chase Deloach, really attacking that inside half of the plate here.
That one inside as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Look out. You had a very aggressive rounding of second base by Enertson, but he decides to stay there.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a miscommunication there between pitcher and catcher, but we mentioned how he was hammering the inside half of the plate. Looked like the catcher might have been set up over there. That was off the plate, outside. Got by the catcher.
Well, Deloach sits down Dunwald.
Oh, gas. Blow by with the strikeout.
The third baseman, Buena Vista University, number 48, Alex Hall.
That brings Alex Hall to the plate, searching for his first hit tonight. That one a little high as well. That one hit well. And that is going to be a stand-up double. Runner's going home, and he slides in there.
Oh.
RBI double for Alex Hall.
And boy, did he get a hold of that one. Stand-up double, drives in a run. That's exactly what the Rail Riders were looking for. And yeah, not kind of taking his time as well, kind of around in first. He knew he had it.
So now the lead cut to 3. Nolan Chandler at the plate.
Yeah, so things are starting to tighten up here. And a little interesting.
That one high as well. It's caught, though, by Christensen.
And Deloach doing a good job locating that fastball, keeping it low. Kind of seen a little bit of a scooping swing from the past couple of Rail Riders, having to go down and get it. Almost a little bit of a golf swing to it, elevating that ball, making an easy catch for the outfield.
A.J. Urbon at the plate. Quickly gets ahead 2-0. Now 3-0.
And Chase Deloach, not wasting any time up there. You don't always see that, those pitchers.
Finds the zone there.
I feel like Urbon's got to be sitting on this fastball.
And it's in there for ball 4.
So credit Urbon. A lot of discipline there. Mentioned young man. Played his ball locally for Ron Colley. As we see Coach Hobbs head on out to the mound there. Looks like he might relieve Deloach.
There's a look at the young man coming in. And that is
Gage Ingram, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
At Northeast Community College.
Oh.
Product.
See the red hat with the red hawk in the center.
That's a solid program up in Northeast Nebraska.
He made some noise this summer.
So we'll get a look at him. We'll take a quick break. 9-6 is your score here in the bottom of the 5th on News Channel Nebraska.
You have a business, and you are doing everything to make it run just right. But wouldn't it be great if you could talk to someone with good business advice? Someone with practice and perspective, experience. That is us. We are here to help you grow. Madison County Bank.
Order your dream vehicle today with no money down. If you don't love it when it arrives, leave it with absolutely no obligation. We are professional grade at Central Nebraska's premier GM dealer. Midway Chevrolet, Buick GMC in Kearney, or think midway.com/GM.
I think our customer service is second to none. We take care of everyone that walks through that door. We're here to help. We'll get to know you and we'll care about you.
I love helping people toward better health.
I think what makes USAVE unique is that we're small enough and we're locally owned. We know most of our customers. They're our neighbors and friends, so it's really rewarding to get to work with them and make them feel better.
Trust your local USAVE pharmacy, part of the Health Mart family of pharmacies.
And welcome back. So pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th. Gage Ingram now on the mound, the third pitcher we've seen here for the Filthballers, as he's going to face off against Garrett Globe with 2 runners on, 2 down. One pitch and it's put in play, and
look out.
You talk about that Marty ball. Well, there's a run that comes across Andrew Hall. So you had the third baseman, Geezer, try to tag Hall.
Or is that Bonner?
Or maybe it was Bonner, excuse me. Okay, so Bonner's now from EH now at third. But I mean, look at it here. Miss the tag, and then you're kind of behind because you try to throw it across the diamond, but by that time it's too late.
Yeah, I don't know if the first baseman was ready for the late throw, but pass ball allows for the run. And I was just thinking to myself, if you're a little greedy Rail Rider fan, you're thinking to yourself, one more. Let's get one more here and tighten the screws a little bit and pull within 2. Well, now I'm thinking, hey, we got a guy on third base now. What if we get one more?
Well, it's just a 2-run game now. Cole Ryan at the plate.
Ooh.
And that one doesn't feel good for Cole Ryan, but he'll head to first. Base is now loaded.
We're up in the crow's nest, and we could hear that one thud right in the middle of the back.
And now, this is the last guy you want to see if you're a Filthballer pitcher. Back it to the top of the order, P.J. Laux, who is 3 for 3.
And his buddies over there in the dugout are thinking, one more. Get us one more here.
Very pivotal point in the game. Laux gets a base hit. We're at least tied.
Mm-hmm. And Ingram, he's got good velocity on it. That's a live fastball. Oh.
Howen finds the corner.
Laux wanted it, but backed off.
And you can see just the velocity Laux behind it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got a piece of it, so he's getting a little closer here. He's in a hole. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In with the off-speed, catches the inside corner and sits down Laux to get out of the jam. 9-7 as we head to the 6th here on News Channel Nebraska.
We say that we are a community bank, and we truly are. We started as a single bank in Pilgrim, Nebraska, and now we've grown into 9 different locations with 10 different branches. But we've kept that community feel, that at-home feel when customers walk in the door. We want them to have a great experience so that as their family continues to grow and goes on to generation, they're coming back to Midwest Bank where mom and dad or grandma and grandpa started their first checking account or got their first loan, because that's the Midwest Bank way.
Searching for your next vehicle? Shop Woodhouse first. Over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles in stock and on our lots, with new trades arriving daily that you can explore on woodhouse.com. Plus, confidence comes standard when you purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Woodhouse. With our multi-point inspection, transparent pricing, available add-on warranties, and financing options, purchasing a pre-owned vehicle has never been simpler. Experience the difference and drive away today confident and road ready in your new vehicle from Woodhouse.
And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Rail Riders, Creighton Sylvain. And so we were talking about teammates. So you see the hat. It's not the red, but it's the black. Sylvain, a Northeast Community College pitcher, pitching in relief for the Rail Riders. We just saw what Gage Ingram did for the Filthballers, also a Northeast Community College pitcher, pitching in relief for his team.
And Ingram, you know, he got brought into a little bit of a jam there, had to slip up with a hit batter, but was able to get out of it. Let's see if his buddy, his teammate, now wearing the opposite jersey, can do the same.
And so Sylvain is going to have to go against the top of the order here with Ripa, Christensen, and Anderson.
Kind of like they're wearing different hats, though. Same team, different hats.
Just so much drama and storylines here just early on in this Corn Belt League. Who knows what the summer's going to have in store for us.
Just thinking that red hat that's so sharp kind of reminds me of Tiger Woods wearing that Sunday red, you know, when it's business time.
So what's the black hat?
Let's just get it done.
Just get it done time? Yep. I like that.
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Yep, lunch pail type of guy.
Yep, well, and it's Thursday, so that makes more sense for this situation. So Ripa at the plate. Leadoff batter for the Filthballers, Hill going against Creighton Sylvain. This is as close as it's been, though, since that first inning with the Rail Riders cutting it to 2 and, again, leaving 3 runners on. Ingram really getting the Filthballers out of a situation there.
Yeah, and, you know, I think back to those early innings where it just kind of felt like the Riders were giving away runs through errors defensively. And just a couple of them, you know, we might have a knotted up game or Rail Riders might have a slim lead. You just never know with those early game errors what they might lead to.
Well, to that point, it's 6 errors for the Rail Riders as opposed to 0 for the Filthballers. And so it's a testament for the Rail Riders that they are in this situation because of that.
Yeah, they're able to, they kind of dug themselves into a hole, but they're able to dig themselves out. Now it's on Sylvain here to just right the ship, and that's an excellent pitch. Low inside, might have caught the inside part of the plate. Either way, Ripa is going to go ride the pine.
Bank of the Valley, Beatrice Community Hospital giving us another look. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for Creighton Sylvain. Now he's taking on Nolan Christensen. That one missing for a ball.
Just off the plate, but not by much. You probably noticed by now, but, you know, Creighton Sylvain, he also has a, you know, unorthodox windup here where it's a little more sidearm than your traditional over-the-top, just a different exit point. Ball coming out of the hand for these batters to try and measure up.
Well, we saw Kelfkin, who was that submarine pitcher prior to, so to your point of different deliveries, you know, they have a good coach in Jonathan Francisco who, you know, made his living pitching for California Miramar as a junk ball thrower. You know, he was getting into it with our prep earlier today, and, you know, he said, I didn't have the velocity, so I just had to, you know, be that junk ball thrower where, you know, it's never get into a rhythm. I'd pause, I'd take longer time in between certain pitches than others, and I might throw a quick one. Told me, though, he could throw 4 different pitches from 4 to 5 different arm angles. Like, he could throw submarine, he could throw over the top, 3/4, halfway, and he could throw every pitch at each of those angles. And so that's how he was, you know, earned his PT.
Right. You know, and if you don't have that 6'4" frame, whoa, that one had a lot of movement on it.
And the umpire rings him up.
I tell you what, he's been giving the corners all game long to both teams. That started so far outside. Look at this replay here. And zooms right back in on the, I'm thinking it caught that inside corner. What a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Sylvain.
Now it's Anderson. But yeah, to that point of Coach Francisco, if you can throw 4 pitches at 4 different angles, it's kind of like 16 different looks.
And if you mix them up and you have a little okie dokie feel to it where you don't allow the batter to get in any type of a rhythm. A lot of those high heat guys, those fastball guys, they accidentally get themselves into a rhythm and allows the batter to time them up. Those junk ballers, they never really allow that to happen.
1 ball, 1 strike. Sylvain is seeing if he can retire the Filthballers 1, 2, and 3 batters. He sat down the first 2.
Just kind of feels like Creighton's looking to strike out the side here, get his team back to the plate.
And he does exactly that. 3 up, 3 down. 3 sat down by Creighton Sylvain here in the 6th. We have a 2-run ball game late in this one. You're watching Corn Belt League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska.
Are you struggling with pain or mobility issues? Do you need physical or occupational therapy? Husker Rehab can help. With 6 locations, help is in your hometown or just a short drive away. Our goal is to keep you moving with the most modern and up-to-date rehabilitative techniques. If your life is being ruined by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms, in Fairbury, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Nebraska City. Visit us at huskerrehab.com.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
So Gage Ingram on the mound for the Filthballers. Got them out of a jam last inning. Bases loaded. Filthballers are able to hold on for the time being to the 2-run lead.
Yeah, Gage did a heck of a job of really calming himself down after putting that first runner on the base and able to pitch himself out of a jam. And I really like his approach, Brandon, at the mound. We talked about some submarine guys, some big wind-up guys that we saw earlier. This is a nice, compact delivery and throw. You know, when you have less moving parts, less things can go wrong. So I really like the approach here for Gage Ingram.
Art Zur will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th. And he hit a sac fly back in the 4th inning, his last at bat. Missing that one.
Yeah, a little behind. Gonna have to choke up a little bit, as they say.
Lays off that low one, 2 balls, 1 strike. That one fouled away.
Good job just staying alive. And you mentioned that sac fly. That was a fine piece of hitting. He knew where his runners were at, so he just elevated a ball deep into center field, just took one that he could handle, drove it out there. Good for the RBI.
This one put it in play. And nearly beat that one out. But well done there by Jackson Horn.
Horn likes to play a little deep. I thought that might have been Jason Caring, or shortstop there, but he plays a little deep. And when you do that, you better have a hose. You better have a gun there to deliver it across the field, and that's exactly what happened.
Liam Kaminsky now gets a piece of that one. That one's in there, strike 2. Rail Riders disagreeing. Might have been a little low, according to them. Funny, Filthballers like that was a perfect pitch. And how about that? The breaking ball in the outside corner.
And Ingram, he wasn't getting away from the strike zone at all there. He was, whether it was a little low or a little outside, it was always close. And the umpire has been given the corners this entire game, so you can't argue.
Enertson now at the plate. That one off the roof of the press box.
You see how Gage Ingram is just so quick with his delivery. Doesn't really allow for the hitters to settle in too much. Yeah, just look at that movement. Nice help there from the catcher, kind of framing that one up.
There it is again.
Yeah, Gage Ingram just has real good command right now, that breaking ball. He's throwing it with a lot of confidence.
And why not? Does it again. And sits down Enertson. And he's still can't believe it. Ingram, 3 up, 3 down with 2 Ks here in the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. 2-run ball game here on News Channel Nebraska.
Spring is the perfect time for a refresh. And at Ashley, you'll find the pieces you love for all your favorite spaces. So whether you're redecorating indoors or rethinking your outdoor, spring boldly this season and soak up every moment in a style that's all your own.
So let's go.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
Well, welcome back. So we're seeing our 4th pitcher here for the Rail Riders. It's Garrett Vosica. Another lefty.
Yep, and another guy out of Ron Colley. So head coach Francisco, an old pitcher himself, wants to get some, multiple arms here. So we start to wind this one down.
Vosica from Mount Marty University. And he's going to face off against Geezer, Babe, and Horn if the lineup stays the same. Top of the 7th inning, though. Final inning here in this one. Filthballers holding on to a 2-run lead.
You could bet they'd like to tack another one on there. So insurance run.
Sika leading off top of the 7th inning for the Filthballers, the third baseman.
So Geezer is 1 for 3 tonight. Had a 2-run single back in the second.
There's that inside corner.
Landon Geezer.
Missing outside there.
And that change up, that curveball, that it's really hanging up there right now.
And that one comes back down. The fastball finding the zone.
Looks like it gets back ahead in the count here.
Almost got Geezer to go after the high heat. It's going to be a full count, though. And Geezer draws the walk.
That was a heck of a bat there for Landon Geezer. Got behind early, but never did chase anything up out of the zone, and gets paid off with a opening walk. And those, leadoff walks, they tend to come back to haunt you.
Hunter Babe now at the plate. He walked and also came around to score his last at bat.
He takes the first pitch as that changeup was outside.
This one finds a hole through the infield.
And Nolan Chandler was playing over just a little bit, unable to get back towards first. As you said, nice piece of hitting. Drills one through the hole, through the infield.
We have a courtesy runner coming on. It's Tyler Levy now on second base. Excuse me, Levy.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 28, Jackson Horn.
Levy from Nebraska City.
Gotta believe he's got good wheels, good speed, and that speaks to Hobbs wanting to get that insurance run, get that one more run. As you see a failed attempt to lay down a bunt, Jackson Horn trying to get that base runner from second to third.
He goes for it again, pulls back.
Uh-oh.
No one covering third. Yeah, the third baseman charging to cover the potential bunt, and Levy heads up base running.
Real heads up as somebody forgot to cover third base there. You have infielders talking to each other. And that's where you're not forcing the Filthballers to earn it. They're even trying to lay down a bunt, give you the out, and you don't force the issue.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Horn.
And now with a 2-run lead, runners in the corners, go ahead and get creative here. Get aggressive.
Nice hit. And the ball is booted. Everyone is safe, and a runner comes across.
Yeah, that's a real tough break there for the Rail Riders. Get a ground ball straight to short. I think Cole Ryan was kind of thinking what he wanted to do with it. Just kind of fumbled up on the exchange here. Yeah, I've been there. That's It's not a good feeling to have out there in the infield.
The lead now to 3 for the Filthballers. No outs. Top of the 7th, Winterstein pops one up to center. There's out number 1.
Nice job of playing that ball in the lights, coming up throwing, not allowing any room or thought of advancement from the Filthball base runners.
That catch made by Artser. It's Tyler Olbrecht now at the plate. There is a steal attempt at third, and a runner is safe. It's Babe.
And you saw the fake throw to third, trying to lure the base runner on first base off enough. Didn't take the cheese, so here we go again. Runners in the corners here for the Filthballers. Only one out.
Big cut there by Olbrecht. There's a stolen base at second.
Credit for Olseka, the pitcher, charging in, covering home. Again, not allowing any thought to try and steal a cheap one after a ball that found its way into the dirt.
Olbrecht goes down swinging, so there's 2 outs. And a real, to give yourself the best chance possible, clearly if you're the Rail Riders, you don't want any more to come across. Fine margins here, base hit very easily scores 2.
Gonna bring up DH, pinch hitter, Hunter Scruggs. Scruggs. With an opportunity here, a couple ducks on the pond.
Scruggs plays for Sioux Falls. Two outs, top of the 7th, 10-7 lead for the Filthballers. Will they be able to add to it here? That one's in there for a strike.
Couple back-to-back. Well-executed pitches there for Olseka. Painting the outside corner on a changeup, then coming right back in on the hands with the fastball.
And that one drops. 1 comes across. 2 come across, so Scruggs comes in and does his job.
And he just fought off a heater that got inside on him, but he was able to fight it off just enough to get over top the second baseman's head. The outstretched glove, look at it. Oh, almost had a web gem. Wasn't to be. Good for a couple RBIs in the pitch hit situation.
A game of inches. That's why, or where that term comes from, I think. You make that catch, you're out of here with a 3-run deficit to try to make up. Instead, you're down 5, and Filthballers are still batting.
Yeah, and you can go back to the fielding error, not covering third base. Once again, it just kind of felt like the Rail Riders opened the door just a little bit for the Filthballers, and what they do, jumped on it, took advantage, and it kind of culminates with a 2-out RBI that kind of got hit inside in on Scruggs, but he fought it off enough, got it out of the infield. Good for a couple ribbies.
Bonner now at the plate. one in foul territory.
There we go. Oseka helping his cause, striking out the side, getting the Rail Riders back in the offensive position.
5 runs the Rail Riders need in the final half of this inning. We'll be back on News Channel Nebraska.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Vet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with a variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville, open 7 days a week.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning here. You're watching Thursday night Corn League Baseball on News Channel Nebraska. 12-7 is your score. Corn Belt League Baseball is presented by Liberty First Credit Union. Save money now by refinancing your auto loan or consolidating your debt with a low-rate loan from Liberty First Credit Union. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. You still have Gage Ingram. Seeing if he can put this one away.
Hey, I really like his approach that last inning. Man, he just had such good command of that changeup and his fastball. A nice job of mixing the two up, keeping the batters off balance.
Cedric Dunwald at the plate. And he's looking for his first hit tonight. 2-1 count. Puts this one in play. Ingram snags it and makes the play.
Little defense. The old pitcher. Like to see that. Fields it cleanly and continues to talk to the other side with a big grin on his face, and why not?
Now batting, the third baseman, Buena Vista University, number 48.
He'll now face off with Alex Hall.
I believe Dunwald was kind of smiling there as well. So a little friendly, competitive exchange.
Baseball's always more fun when you can smile. I think he had the same thing after he being like the first batter he faced. I think he also was smiling, but also
yeah, like,
hey, my bad, type of thing.
Don't worry, I'll get a hold of this changeup. You'll see. You'll see.
It's that one by Hall. Strike 2.
Two and two, so Ingram well ahead here. Really can try and execute any pitch you'd like.
How about that off speed? Bringing up another one.
Just continues to hammer the strike zone. You know, head coach Jonathan Hobbs he's loving that.
College, number 1, Nolan Chandler.
Nolan Chandler. Gonna see if he can keep this game going for the Rail Riders.
Lays off the first pitch, gets ahead. A little behind that one, though.
There's that breaking ball again. That thing is deadly.
Really is. And now Chandler has to protect. Wide strike zone.
And Ingram sits him down, and that will do it. Your final score here tonight, Filthballers 12, Rail Riders 7. Ingram, a very dominant performance coming in relief. Stay with us. We'll be back with our post-game show and interviews here on News Channel Nebraska.
Claybaugh Pharmacy provides you with all the pharmacy options a person would need. As a full-service pharmacy, we give you all the traditional options, but also have the modern technology to maintain your profiles. Maybe you're busy. Head to claybaughpharmacy.com. Click on Online Refills to get your prescriptions filled from the convenience of your home. Claybaugh Pharmacy and Gift Shop, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
It's in our passion. It's in our achievements. It's in our architecture and our heritage. It's in the way we innovate and discover. It's how we engage and inspire. It's time to experience it for yourself. Peru State College. See what's in it for you.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said...
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or was it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
It's that time of year when the air is at its freshest, the green is on the landscape, and the great outdoors is all around us. With so much beauty in our area, such as Lewis and Clark Lake, there are plenty of reasons to make moments enjoying the sun and a few nights beneath the stars. On your way to your outdoor adventure, stop at Shop EZ south of Yankton and get all the snacks and drinks you'll need. Outdoor Adventures, powered locally by Sedex.
And welcome back here to Seymour Smith, wrapping this one up. 12-7 is your final. Filthballers over the Rail Riders. Let's take a look at our top plays of the game. Early on in the Corn Belt League 2022 season, Filthballers and Rail Riders going at it, both teams undefeated. And this is a rematch of last year's Corn Belt League Tournament Championship. Starting things on early, you have a bunt laid down, and beating out the throw for the Filthballers. It would end up bringing around Nick Ripa on this RBI here from Brendan Anderson. So Filthballers get out 3-0 on them in the first inning. How about a leadoff double, though, for the Rail Riders by P.J. Laux? He went 3 for 4 on the night. Just a shot to dead center. That would end up being a good inning for the Rail Riders. As you see here, this RBI sinker from Liam Kaminsky brings Laux around, and it ends up being 3-1. Rail Riders, though, will get another one here in the inning. Sac fly by Braden Artzer. No, rather, Braden Artzer comes around, on this sac fly from Cedric Dunwald. 3-2. So a lot of action in the first inning. Now we head to the second. And you have a double by Anthony Pohl, bringing a runner around. Trevor Winterstein comes to score. A lot of action early on, but the Filthballers continuing to put the ball in play. Here's a hit by Landon Gieser, and it brings a few around as well. 7-2 Filthballers. We're still in the second, but like in the first inning, Rail Riders also answer in the bottom half of the inning as well. You see the pitch, you see this one put in play by Laux again. Brings one around, so he starts the day off 2 for 2. 7-4 as we head to the top of the third, and this one drops in. How about Trace Mahacek getting the hit? More runs come across. 2, in fact, on that one. It's 8-4 Filthballers. Now the bottom of the fourth. Braden Artser, sac fly. That brings another run across. We are having all sorts of action at Seymour Smith. As it's 8-4, make it 8-5 after that one. Alex Hall getting in on the action here in the bottom of the fifth. Look at that bomb to left. That brings one to score on that double, and then Hall eventually comes around to score as well shortly thereafter that double, cutting it to 3. That Gage Ingram, the third pitcher in for the Filthballers. Now pitching, this one put in play by Garrett Globe. Throwing air allows runners to score for the Rail Riders, and so the Filthballers, for all the runs they're putting up, the Rail Riders not letting them get too far away. We now head to the top of the seventh. First at bat of the game, Hunter Scruggs, and he comes up huge, 2 down, and he puts 2 more runners across for the Filthballers in the top of the seventh, giving them some insurance, and Mr. Gage Ingram closes the door on this one. 12-7 your final. Filthballers get the victory. They improve to 3-0 on the season. Rail Riders drop to 1-1. Well, Andy Klassen is down with head coach Johnston Hobbs and our player of the game. Let's head to him for our coach's post-game interview, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Thank you, Brams. We're down here with Coach Hobbs of the Filthballers. Kind of had to grind this one out. Got out to that big lead. What were the keys for you to pull off this victory here tonight?
The keys today were just trying to throw strikes, which is a little difficult because of the weather and, the ground's wet and stuff. We're always substituting new balls. But tonight's focus was just make contact. Last year we had 2-3 really good hitters, big hitters. My goal this year was just get guys that can make contact. And as you see tonight, we made a lot of contact. We went to third base probably 5 or 6 times with plays over there. I don't mind that, but the guys did exactly what I asked them to do. And if you keep doing that, good things happen. So.
Yeah, and I thought the early innings were able to put 3 and 4 runs on. I mean, that really came up huge down the stretch.
Yeah, it did. Our whole goal is to score something every inning. And we with the exception of 2 innings, we managed to do that. I think we get away from making contact sometimes when we get leads, because we've had leads every game. And it's one thing that I tried to talk to the team about yesterday is I need your focus for 2.5 hours. So you got to play like it's a 1-0 game the whole time.
Now, it's still early, but you guys are 3-0. What's been the overall key to this type of success for the Filthballers?
Just fun. This group is so fun. I mean, we're having such a good time. And, and it's just begun. So I've got 32 more games of this. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty spoiled. I'm pretty lucky. So that's what we're going to do. Just have fun.
And what can you tell me about tonight's player of the game, Gage Ingram, relief pitcher, coming in and put on a gritty performance and talking about fun. He was kind of jawing back and forth with a big old grin on his face, too.
Yeah, he's got the best socks in the league. So it's not hard to find him because they're either orange or bright blue or something that doesn't match green. So I'm going to have to hire him a fashion consultant, I think. But as long as it's working, I'm going to leave him with the socks. And, I mean, he came in, did exactly what I asked him to do. Limit your pitches, throw strikes, and we'll win this thing. And he did it, so I got to hand it to him. He played a heck of a game.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win. Thanks. All right, let's bring in our player of the game, relief pitcher Gage Ingram. Coach talks about having fun. You guys are out there having fun. Is that really a key to what you want to bring to this league or get out of this league?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like summer ball is supposed to be fun and just laid back and get better at the same time, but also have fun.
Now, you're in a situation where you have a couple of teammates on your collegiate team on opposite teams. That happened here tonight. What's that like, playing guys that you usually play with?
It's fun. It gets my energy going. It makes me want to do better, obviously, and it obviously got his energy going because he went out there and did really good too. So I mean, it worked out.
Now I think it does say something about a guy when you come out and you put a ball right in the middle of someone's back in a tight spot, but then you're able to bounce back and earn an honor like this, player of the game. What was going through your mind at that time?
Just throw strikes and try and get ahead of guys and get outs.
Just take it one pitch at a time?
Exactly.
All right, so now you guys are off to a hot start. That hasn't always been the case for the Filthballers, but you guys are sitting at 3-0. What has to continue for this type of success?
Just keep having fun, throwing strikes, and we'll be fine.
Gage, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Brandon, let's send it back up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
Thank you, Andy, and Gage making it sound so simple. Throw strikes and have fun, and the rest will take care of itself. The Filthballers 3-0 early on here in the Corn Belt League season. That will do it here for us at Seymour Smith, but again, we will be here pretty much every Thursday for the next 7 or 8 weeks. Corn Belt League Thursday night baseball, 7 p.m. game, 6:55 will be live, so be sure to tune in every Thursday on News Channel Nebraska to catch the latest from the Corn Belt. For our terrific camera operators, which dealt with a little bit of sprinkling and rain throughout the evening, for our producers in the truck, Tyler Bursovsky, Tyler Lechner, and Connor. For Andy Klassen, I'm Brandon Axemet. We will see you next week for more Corn Belt League action.